I have to say, this M5 is a massive disappointment. I mean, £62,000, you would expect it to arrive ready, set up. You know, why should you spend all that money? It's not flat pack furniture, you're not saving money, it's expensive. BMW are the experts. They should sell a car ready-made.
Turn right onto B4602, a quarter of a mile ahead.
As I was saying, BMW are the experts. They're the ones that should sell us a car ready-made, not one where you have to go home and then spend the rest of time looking through the manual and how do I want this and how do I want that.
Hit the next road on the right.
It's almost as though they've made every single button.
Turn left half a mile ahead.
It's almost
Attention, traffic restricted area is ahead.
It's almost as though they've made every single button in this car deliberately complicated and deliberately annoying. Except for this one.
Push this and everything changes. You get a head-up display showing a rev counter and what gear you're in. The seat bolsters close up in the bends to hold you tight. The gearbox goes to a BMW default setting. So does the diff, so does the suspension. And so does the engine. After you've pushed this button, the engine is no longer producing 400 brake horsepower. It's producing 507. And that makes a difference. In M mode, this car stops being annoying and becomes just magnificent. In M mode, you're taken to a time and a place where there are no jams, no compromises. It's a world of motoring perfection. A place where you can get from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. And if you remove the limiter, hit 204 miles an hour. You want to take it on? Don't bother. Doesn't matter what you've got, doesn't matter what you've ever driven. This is quicker, it's faster, it's more astonishing. You just cannot believe that you're in a big four-door saloon, because it goes, and it feels and it sounds like a Ferrari 430, and that's about the best car I've ever driven. Oh, yes. When you're in a car this fast and this tactile and this responsive, you no longer care about the stupid indicators or the sat-nav woman or what's on the radio. Ooh. The steering, the brakes, the power, and this noise. The driving experience just dominates everything. Amazing, isn't it? That this is one of the ugliest and most annoying cars in the world. But at the touch of a button, it becomes one of the very best. It becomes an M5.
Are you seriously saying, that this is better than a Ferrari F430? It's a big claim.
It is a big claim. Well, let me put it this way. This is more powerful, has twice as many doors, and costs half as much.
And it's about twice as annoying. Go on to what you say.
Sat-nav. I mean, I'm sure you can turn that thing off. I'm sure in the menu, and there's a sub-menu and another sub-menu, and you can make it go away. But why can't it just have a big button with off written on it?
Yes. Or maybe a big hammer with off written on it. Off!
That'd be quite useful in everyday life. Mobile phones, off.
Yes. Beggars. Have you got any spare off?
Yes. See?
Yeah.
Brilliant plan. Anyway, we've got to find out how fast it goes round our track, so let's bring him out again. It's the Stig. And there he goes. Plenty of wheel spin, because, of course, the Stig has the car in M mode, and that means the full 507 brake horsepower. Here we go, first corner. Look a bit nervous, actually, on the way in. And a lot of tyre squeal, and oversteer on the way out.
Turn left half a mile ahead.
Oh dear, the sat-nav appears to have distracted the Stig there. Look, very wide into Chicago and very slippery on the way out. Okay, into hammerhead, big heavy V10 lump at the front. Will it make it understeer? No, it doesn't. Look at that. That's very smooth. Stig doing very well there. That little bit of drift on the way out there. Van de Graaff generator, not one of my favourites, must be honest. Maybe a heavy car, feels light and nimble round the track though. And here it comes. Ooh, look at that, very fast. Stig's in the groove now. Have to say the BMW's ABS is very aggressive, cuts in too early for serious late braking, doesn't seem to have upset Stiggy's on the grass, coming round Gamble. I'll give you the time in a minute. First of all, though, I must just explain, when I drove this car on a track, the diff exploded and it had to go away on a tow truck. And then, when the Stig drove it this morning, he finished his lap and on the dashboard, big warning light, traction control gone all wrong. Yeah,
that
sounds a bit fragile. Even so, despite that, he did it in 1 minute, 26.2 seconds, which is there.
That's good.
It's good. I mean, for a four-door saloon, it's awesome, and nearly everything in front of it, look, is a supercar. I mean, it's half a second quicker than that Merc, the CLS 55.
I just somehow thought it was going to be quicker.
I still think, despite the fragility and that, it's an epic car. I mean, just brilliant. Yeah,
I'm with you, actually. And so are a lot of other people. There's already a 2-year waiting list for one of them.
There is. That's nothing, though. Did you know the waiting list to get tickets for this show is 19 years? It is.
So, on that basis, Top Gear is 9.5 times better than the M5.
Yes, it is.